It actually dovetails with rumors from the developer that the prices are going to be going up for the base price of the Genius, probably since the first time that it's been out since 2011. So another great reason that you want to think about sharing the Genius with other people. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at that. If you go to geniusbiofeedback.com, you can see everything that we've got available here, and you can take advantage of the 35% off any of the libraries. We also have $100 off terahertz. So you can get $100 off any of the terahertz products. So let's go ahead and take a brief look at that. So we sent out a coupon, and you can get any of the terahertz products, including our triple play or the wand or the box. And thank you for spamming our, thanks for spamming our class there. All right, so we have a coupon. We'll try to find that coupon for $100 off any terahertz. We're also going to have a training tomorrow night. So if you just got your terahertz wand or box, come to our training, and we'll show you more about how to use it, which Chinese medicine points to use it on, all that good stuff. We have all that information for you there. And so tomorrow at 4 o'clock Pacific time, you can hop into our, we'll share the Zoom link in just one moment. You can hop into that and join us for the terahertz training. We show you how to use terahertz in conjunction with your Genius. So if you have the Genius and you're interested in terahertz, we show you how to use it together. And that has been really helpful for people. We even have a special terahertz library. So we're actually, that's for free. So if you want to get that, you can learn on the terahertz training how to get that free terahertz library. So that's tomorrow. We're going to share that link in just one moment. Okay, we have a coupon code for anybody who wants to get the terahertz. And please also put your questions into the chat. So while I'm doing this, go ahead and put your questions into the chat. Anything about the Genius is fair game. And you can use this coupon code if you want to get $100 off the terahertz. That's a special for Memorial Day. And I think we have a coupon also for the remedy plate. So you might be one who's interested in getting the triple layer remedy plate or one of the other remedy plates that we have. So we have a whole assortment of remedy plates. We also just did a class on this that's on my YouTube channel. So you can learn here about all the remedy plates that we have, and we have 20% off. Also, something we don't usually do. So if you've been around for a while, you know that we don't usually have discounts on the remedy plate, but we do have right here, use MEM20. And final thing, let's just look at our specials. So we have a lot of specials. If you're an affiliate, please send this out to your folks and let them know that you can get up to $500 off. This is a real discount that we don't usually have, don't usually provide. This is a rare occurrence for you to get this at a special pricing. So please share this with anybody who you know who might want to get the Genius. So it's $200 off the starter, $300 off the upgraded. And let's see, just see what it is down here. Yeah, it's $200 off the starter, it's $300 off the upgraded, and $500 off the elite. So it's a true opportunity, and the developer is telling us he is going to raise the base price of the Genius. So now more than ever, really, if you have somebody who's on the fence, really want them to get that Genius now at that special pricing, because I can't guarantee we're going to have it available for them down the road. Okay, we're going to talk all about home clearing, but I'd love to know your questions. What questions do you have? We had a great training from the business membership on Telegram, sharing about the Genius on Telegram, demystifying that is really, really great. We have so many great ways to share the Genius with other people. This is a quantum biofeedback program that people need today. You need to be able to tap in and know where you are. So many people are shying away from other means of being tested, if you know what I mean. And so they need the Genius to really help them these days. So really share the Genius, use the Genius, become a practitioner. Even if you give your, even if you just give your services away to demonstrate it, to show how amazing the Genius can be in being life-changing and bringing yourself a new awareness. So we're gonna, in just a moment, we're gonna do a home scans. So if you want to put your address into the chat, we'll do as many home scans as we can. Now, if you go to geniusbiofeedback.com and you go to the, if you go to the blog, go ahead to the blog and you can download today's information. So you can go to the blog and download today's information on the blog. Today is the 29th of May. And if you go here, you can actually see everything about the home clearing. So if you want to get a handout on the home clearing, how to do it, then just go ahead and click on this. This will give you the home clearing process step by step. I think it's pretty straightforward. We're going to do this together. All right, so you can download this from the blog. Just go to geniusbiofeedback.com, click on Learn, and then the drop-down menu, go to the blog. All right. All right, if you have questions about a particular upgrade, you can get in touch with us. That's absolutely fine. So if you have a question about an upgrade, you should email us so we can talk about it. Thank you so much for everybody joining. You can always upgrade from one package to another. So if you did the starter, you want to go to upgraded, you should get in touch with us and we'll see what we can do in terms of the sale. Might not be able to do full credit, but we'll do something for you to give you a discount if you want to upgrade from one package to another. A lot of people like to upgrade to the Master Elite Plus and other packages. All right, so hopefully you got this handout. We just sent the link for it, or you can go to the blog and get it. And let's see. All right, let me just turn this off for 1 second. Not that. I want to do that. Okay, so fantastic. You guys just go ahead and ask your questions. Any questions that you want to ask about. I just need to get the right document up here. You wouldn't believe how complicated Zoom makes this thing. All right, so there we go. And then we want to share the screen. All right. Make sure you put your address and also your questions. It's just like, it's ridiculously complicated. All right, so make sure you ask your questions about the Genius. We're gonna get the Genius up in just one moment. Let's review about the home. If you have a picture of your home, keep it close by, and I may have you just email it to me on the fly. So get a picture of your home. If you have a picture of your home and we call on you, we're gonna ask you to email it to me. So just have it, so you can email it to Ariel at geniusbiofeedback.com. We do wanna get a picture of your home. And actually, if we know your address, we could just pretty much look it up on Zillow. That's another thing that we can do. If you have a picture and you want to email it to me. All right, we're going to be entering the address, including the street, city, and zip code as the client. The date of birth is the approximate date that you moved into your home. The whole goal of running these frequencies is to shift the energy in the home. It could be your home, it could be a friend's home, it could be, you could be working on a realtor because you want to sell it faster. And homes, every home is, consciousness filled with energy. Every home is going to have the energy of the person who lives in it. And sometimes the energy can get stale. It can get, if you're, living with somebody who's negative, or, you're negative, or whatever it is, or maybe you haven't been well, all of that energy gets caught up in the home itself. So sometimes we want to do a dust and clean, not just on the home itself. And you know how cleaning your home changes the whole energy. We want to do an energetic tune-up of the home. And this is something we could do on a monthly basis, on a weekly basis. It's going to change the whole energy in your space. It's also something you could have in your back pocket that you want to offer for one of your clients that's on a monthly subscription. So why do you want to do that? You want to do that because you have another service to offer to them. And if they're sick, then you definitely want to do an energetic upgrade of their home, because that's going to change how they feel in the space. It's going to help to uplift them. It's going to help them to feel better. So if you're working with anybody who has any type of physical ailment, you absolutely want to make sure that you do an upgrade of their home, an energetic clearing of their home on a regular basis. That's going to help them in the healing process. All right. So then you want to get the date of birth is the time that it came into your consciousnh. So that could be the first time you looked at it. It could be the time that you signed the offer that you made for the home. It could be the time you signed the rental agreement, all of those things, okay? And then the gender, that's completely up to you, really doesn't matter. And then we're going to record the sound of the house. So you can actually just either use just the picture if you're doing it remotely, or if you're in your home, you could actually just have the sound in your home, because that is the voice of the home. There's always something. There's a fan on, the air conditioning, the furnace. These are all the energetic voice of the house, the sounds of the house. Okay, and then you're going to use a picture of the space. You know, it's holographic. I mean, even if you just took one room picture, right? But you want to take the outside picture, get the best view that you can. All right, and then we're going to go through this process, but it can be really life-changing. It can be really powerful. We're going to look at the different home. You don't have to do our home clearing libraries, but we do have home clearing libraries. We're going to look at those, but this is something that anybody could do with their genius at any time. So we're going to get started with that in just one moment. All right, you can send your questions if you have questions about anything about the genius that you want to ask. So far, we just have some questions here. These are great that we have all the addresses, and fantastic. That's great. And so Terry says, for a service to realtors on house clearing, what would a typical price point be for that service? So you could probably charge anywhere between $75 and $300. Now, here's the thing. If you can start to prove to that realtor that your clearing changed the energy in some substantial way and they felt different in the space, or if you get into the, like, you could just give your service away for free to a realtor to begin with. And if they start to notice that their home sells faster after you did your clearing, then you're going to have somebody who's going to pay you for life to do clearings. You know how much a commission is on a house, right? It's 6%, and then they split it, seller buyer. That's a lot of money, right? Could be $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 commission. So whatever they pay you, then you can start to increase your price. It could easily be $275 or $300 for a home clearing. Now, it seems easy to you to do it, right? I mean, maybe you actually go over to the home and they let you in, you do it in the home so they can see it up close and personal. But if you start to get results, then the sky's the limit. And it's easy for you, but you have to understand, you spend a lot of time learning how to use the genius, learning to know what the genius is, knowing what to look for, knowing how to describe what the clearing process is and the value that it has. Again, homes take on the energy of that, you know, whatever words are spoken in the home, whatever fights are had in the home, especially if it was a divorce. I mean, there's a lot of negative energy still left in the house. And doing a home clearing, maybe you want to add some other things. Maybe you want to bring your gongs or tuning forks or something into the house, and bowls, whatever it is. You want to just use that along with the genius to change the energy, you know, dress it up a little bit, you know, make it even more appealing. Maybe you want to do smudging. Whatever it is, if you can clear and change the energy of that house, undoubtedly it will sell faster, especially if you can clear out the energy of the previous person, because the person who's coming to look at it can more easily see their energy in it. You know, a house sells faster if they stage it, yes, but mostly the energy of the previous person is out of there. So it's less personal, and, you know, everybody has stuff, and you don't want to feel like that person's previous stuff or energy is in the place. So that's really, really important. It doesn't matter where you record in the house. Everything is, energy is holographic. So it doesn't matter what, you know, you can take a picture of a wall if you wanted to, but I think it's going to be better if you take a picture of the whole house. It really doesn't matter where you record, whatever it is. It's just, you want everybody to be silent. You just want the authentic, you know, sounds of the house. They say the kitchen is really the heart of the house. You want that kitchen to have, that's why everybody went to open floor plans. You want all that energy to be open, no matter where you are, no matter what celebration you're having. Everybody ends up gathering in the house, right? In the kitchen. So the kitchen might be a natural place for you to do that, the sound recording. Okay, sounds like this would work on somebody with hoarding tendencies. Probably everybody has a teeny bit of hoarding energy, right? From, you know, from whether it's big or small, everybody's a little bit afraid to let go of something. And so, yeah, it's going to be a great thing just to have in your rotation. If you have somebody on a monthly subscription, then you want to make sure you're constantly offering, hey, do you want to do a home clearing this week? This could really switch your energy. It could bring you abundance. It could bring you clarity. It could help you to feel better in your space. It could help you to feel better in your body, things like that. So, okay, so let's go ahead and see what we've got here. Thank you, everybody who participated. Liz, let's go ahead And we're going to use your wonderful address here. So Liz, just be ready to come on to the, we're going to talk to you a little bit about your home, what you may want to clear. So I'm going to put your address into the Genius. I'm still, let's see if I can actually do this on the, I haven't tried to record anything, not that. Oh, I tell you, it's one of those days we don't want to do that. Got my picture on here, so let's try to quit this. Trying to get the reflector on. They both look exactly the same. Okay, so let's get the reflector on here and bring this up here so we can bring the Genius up. And then Liz, we're going to bring you on from the chat. So be ready for that. And we're going to put all, then I'll show you everything we're putting in the address and so forth. It's a very easy process. Once you get it, it seems really obvious, you know, but until you kind of know what the process is, it could be confusing. So let's go ahead and, what the heck happened there? Oh my goodness, what fun. I don't know why we just lost the reflector. Let's see if we can get it again. All right, we'll also take your questions. So if you have any questions that you want to ask today, please put that into the chat. I see a couple of good, juicy questions in there. All right, let's try this all again. And it is Memorial Day, so a little bit of holiday brain going on here as well. Thank you so much for joining on your holiday day. It's a great way to just start the day and get everything going. Thinking as a biofeedback practitioner, I absolutely love it. So let's see if we can get Liz up here and talk with her. Let's go ahead, and we're going to bring you up here as a panelist, and then we're going to enter your address and talk with you a little bit about the process. Remember, you can get the link to the process at geniusbiofeedback.com. Go to Learn, then drop down on the menu and go to the blog. You can see many of our blog entries. If you go to our blog entries, it's really cool because you can get a lot of free handouts. If you like free stuff, you get a lot of free handouts there. All right, well, Liz, how are you?
Fantastic.
Okay, good to have you here joining us. Tell us a little bit about why you want to clear the energy of your home.
Well, it is exactly what you said, to elevate our feeling of being home, our security in the sending energy out to neighbors. And I did get the home clearing package.
Oh, good. Yay, this is going to be very helpful then. We'll look at those libraries as well. So you can just put the whole address on here. Fantastic. And get the zip code in there. And then what, do you know what the actual year that it was purchased? Anything close to that? Year, date? Do you have any guesses?
We 9/30/2007.
Oh, say it again. You're cutting out just a little bit. It might be my connection. I don't know.
September 30th, 2017.
Oh, cool. All right. So fairly recently. All right. Fantastic. All right. We got that. Got that all. So there we go. We'll just leave it female and then we'll continue with the new analysis. So now, should we just look up do you have a picture of your home handy where you can email it to us?
I just emailed it to Ariel at Quantum Biofeedback.
Oh, okay. At Genius Biofeedback?
Check.
Okay, yeah, you're just cutting out a little bit. That's why it's just a little bit hard to hear that. So, okay, I'm going to check that. And then, what's that? Yeah, her sound is just a little bit off. I don't know why, but we're going to check that. And we don't really do any of the wellness markers here, so we just sort of skip that. And again, male, female doesn't matter. So if you have any questions about this process, now's a good time to ask it and let us know. So yeah, what should we know about the energy in the home? What you would ideally want to see cleared?
Any of the past experiences that were here in the home.
Okay, that's a good one.
And the neighborhood energy.
Yeah.
That is.
Oh, the neighborhood energy. That's a good one. You could change. You could actually do the whole street. We'll maybe look at that. But you could really just clear your whole neighborhood, the street, everything. Okay.
And there's also a gang of cats that take the energy and cord all of the houses in the kind of like a 2-block radius. So they're connecting, I could tell.
Now you wait, you're gonna have to explain that. That's hilarious. Wait, I need to get so we're just skip the voice for today, but you could just listen to the sound of the home, and then we're gonna quickly take this picture. I'm glad you sent the picture. I already got it. You're so efficient. Absolutely love it. So let's go ahead and we're just gonna go ahead and take it right there. There you go. Take this, perfect. Get all the energy. That's gonna encompass the entire energy of the home. It's absolutely perfect. Any
And my
section that
second
you get of the
home.
home.
Yeah.
Was that the right house?
That was perfect. And that's also the RV is my second home. So
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So that's good that we're getting it included in there. Yeah, that's great. Now, all right. So now one more time just about the cats.
yeah, there's cats that have spots because it's a manufactured home. That were double wides turned into manufactured homes. So there's spots that these cats go around and around everybody's everything. So, and totally teasing my dogs. But
Can you get a picture? Can you get a picture of the cats? Not now, not now, but like at some point.
No, my husband put out a cat trap. They don't come around that much. And I
Yeah,
have
it'd be
3
funny to
dogs.
get a picture of them, but you could definitely work on their energy. All you have to do is put in, instead of the address, just put in the 5 cats around my neighborhood, and then start working on them. I know that you could definitely clear that energy for sure.
Yeah, and then them spreading love through the neighborhood instead of
Yeah,
mischievous.
anything, but you can clear the energy of the homes around you. You know, obviously everybody has free will. So if they don't want to change, you can't make them change, but you can definitely send out that energy. And you'd be surprised if you do send that out, like your neighbor's energy, like towards you may change. So, and you're doing a service to your entire area around you by sending some solfeggio frequencies, nogiers, whatever it might be, to the whole neighborhood. You're doing a great service to them.
Oh, yeah. I love that. I love that.
All right, well, I'm going to let you sit back, relax, and enjoy the home clearing as we work on it. We'll bring you back here and we'll talk to you in just a little bit. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, thank you, Liz. Thank you so much. So fun. So fun to work on these things. I absolutely love it. So thank you for volunteering today. All right, let's go ahead. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to do an aura. So we're going to do what's the aura of the home. Isn't this fun? I love how dynamic the genius is. You could use it for so many different things. You can clear your food, you can structure water, you can work on your home, you can do this process actually for the whole planet Earth. Or here's one for the warriors who are really super brave. You know, you work on Washington, D.C., you know, work on different governments, work on the World Economic Forum, you know, change them, make them just their hearts, you know, brimming with love, overflowing, changing their consciousness, you know. So it's hard to really describe exactly the aura for a home, but you do want to see the before and after. So we might see this beautiful heart energy start to clear up. You know, her heart might really be centered and anchored in that home, but maybe the heart of the home is still disrupted in some way from the energy of the previous owner. So maybe there was a heartbreak, maybe there was something that happened, right? So we want to clear that out. And we see this kind of white energy and this kind of yellow. So that yellow is usually associated with digestive distress. You know, there might be a corollary to that, or that could have been an issue from a past owner, current owner, whatever it might be. Then there's a beautiful like blue here. Blue is associated with the chakra about speaking your truth. Maybe somebody wasn't able to speak their truth, or maybe they were discovering their truth. We don't know exactly what it is. There's no exactly easy way to interpret the aura of the house, but we know before and after we can see a difference. So what we've done so far is we've recorded the address, right? We input the address of the home. So that includes the full address and then the city, state, I put the state and zip code. I'm pretty sure I did. And so, but you want to get as complete address as you can. Nothing has to be perfect, right? The date is like you signed the agreement, you signed the rental agreement, you signed maybe your major offer that day, or maybe the day that you closed. Something in that neighborhood is going to be perfect, right? Because that's the time that the house came into, it was birthed for you. It came into your consciousness. And so that's what we use as the birth date. And gender, it doesn't matter. Record the sound of your house by standing silently in the space and hitting the record button. Turns out your home has its own speech, its own humming energy that can be recorded. We kind of said maybe do it in the kitchen because the kitchen is considered sort of the heart of the home. Go outside, take a picture of the space. So we basically had an awesome opportunity. She sent us that picture right away. So we took the picture of the house. And now we're going to go ahead and what are the chakras, right? The chakras are like the energy center of the house. So let's look at the chakras. All right. So, wow, actually very well balanced. You must be doing lots of genius balancing or speaking sweetly good things in your place because it's looking pretty balanced. But just for the heck of it, let's go ahead and take the crown chakra, the solar chakra, the root chakra. And so even, even your home has energy centers, and we'll go ahead and we'll balance those. And then it says, go ahead and work with the meridians, and also amazing energy centers that, while not an exact correlate in the home, appear to be very powerful in clearing the energy of the space. So let's go ahead and we're going to take the meridians. And these could definitely correspond to the meridians of the person, right? You're sort of living in one energy. You're embodying the energy of the space. It could be your energy, it could be previous energy, it could even be the builder's energy. Maybe it's stuck in the space, right? And if there's a bad like liver meridian energy, maybe you're taking that on while you're in the space. And then we'll go ahead and we'll go to that kidney meridian. We'll take the top red and then we'll take the bottom blue. Maybe kidney meridian is also related to something that you're going through. So you're going to clear your house and you're going to clear yourself at the same time, right? You embody the space. You're really part of the space. So we're going to do the meridians and then we're going to look at, so right here, you could just stop, or we're going to bring in the home clearing panels in just a moment. And then we have some other recommendations here. So let's look at these other recommendations. So let's look at sacred geometry, right? Sacred geometry kind of describes everything in the universe. So we could take all of those reds and all of those blues. I love the toroids for a house. Hang on while we get that crash corrected. The toroids for a house, something like that. Oh, let me see if I can get this back quickly. There we go. Because the toroids is the energy of your heart. And so you could work on that. The Vesica Pisces is going to be new beginnings. Let me just see if I can exit out of a couple of other apps here so they're not interfering. Okay, get that one. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so you can use sacred geometry because sacred geometry puts you in unison with the energy of the universe, with the energy of nature. You want to incorporate as many aspects of natural rhythms into your home as you can. Maybe it's plants or opening the windows or having pictures of sacred geometry or running those frequencies in your home. You always want your home to be as connected to nature as possible, right? Nature is a self-organizing mechanism. When we remove the obstacles to cure, our body falls right into line because our body is of nature. We're a self-healing, self-organizing mechanism. So if you can bring elements of nature, feng shui and so forth into your home, it can be really, really powerful. Then it says here the solfeggio tones. So let's use the wonderful solfeggio tones. Bring that into your balancing. Now there aren't a lot that come up. So let's include ones that are below 200 or ones that are above 600. And the next one here, we could use spiritual protection. For now, let's just go ahead and use flower essences just for time's sake because we want to get to the actual panels. So we're going to use flower essences. Gorse is feeling hopeless. Pine is guilt. Scleranthus is when you can't decide between two different options. Honeysuckle is sort of being nostalgic for the past. Cherry plum is when you're building up a lot of energy, emotions, you're holding on to it, and you want to just release all of that. And then we've got some other flower, a lot of emotional energy in there. That's very interesting. And let's look at the other ones that are coming up. Brain, EEG, neurotransmitters, emotions, that's fascinating. Organs, essential oils. So all of this could relate to some aspect of the home. You could incorporate them. It's like I said, it's not exact correlate because there's a person in the home and then there's the home itself. The home clearing panels are going to be more specific for issues related to the home, but anything that you run on here while you have the home as the client is potentially going to help you to clear that space. Now, please do ask your questions. Anything you want to know about the genius doesn't have to be related to home clearing. Any question you want to know while you're going through your week, remember we have this training every week. So do bring your questions to class so that we can help you live in class with any questions you have about using your genius. So now we're going to go to home clearing. We do have these home clearing libraries. And whoops, what happened there? Home. Okay, first of all, home check and clear. So this says there's some EMF stress going through the home. So that could be somebody next door using their Wi-Fi, maybe the Wi-Fi that you're using, maybe cell phone tower. A Curry line is a geopathic line. So if there's geopathic stress, it could be just from electrical lines that they put in the ground. It could be from some inherently within the earth. Now you can't move. You might not be able to really even change the ley line, but you can run energy for it. You can do a clearing so you're not immediately affected. You know, anything that is around you, you could move from being out of harmony with it to being in harmony, to being in balance with it. So, you know, even if you have a Curry line and something you can't change, it runs right underneath your home, you still could change the energy around it, your relationship to that particular thing. Also, if geopathic stress, these lines keeps coming up, then try moving your bed to a different location in the bedroom. Sometimes the ley line is exactly where you're sleeping. If you just move your bed 6 inches or a little bit over another side of the room, sometimes that does clear out. So it's something that you can try. So we've got some negative energy. Now remember, this doesn't have to be termites. It doesn't have to be asbestos. It could be, they could be there. Maybe they're on the land, but they're not in your place. So you could still just run the energy. It could be somebody else's home nearby. It's not an exact science, but we want to clear out the energy. Hidden plumbing issues, radon, geopathic stress, lack of insulation, solvent exposure, lead contamination. You know, not all of these things have to be, they could be there, they could be non-problematic, they could be things in the future, they could be the home next door. You just want to clear them so you're in better relationship with them. And we have had people who have noticed some of these things and then had them checked out and they did turn out to be true. So they also could be an actual issue. All right, we've got a cleansing and a vibrational upgrade. We want to bring in Archangel Michael, become a magnet for prosperity in your home. Down here, purify your, wow, why does that keep crashing all day long? It's really weird. I might have to update my version of the reflector. That's probably more what it is. Or I may need to do an update on my actual device. But at least the whole webinar didn't crash, which is good. All right, that's pretty easy to do here. So yeah, maybe I need to update the reflector version or something. Everything always needs some type of maintenance, just the nature of life, I guess. Okay. So now this is what she was driving at here. Clear the former owner energy. And you might even want to put that up in the quick zap, and we'll show you some things you can do if you really want to focus on that. Clear negative entities. Those, again, these entities aren't things you have to be afraid of, but when you chant a very positive frequency, that goes into the actual home itself. Think about walking into a church, a cathedral, a monastery. Why is it that when you walk in there, you immediately feel uplifted? Well, it could be the architecture, but it's also usually the prayers, the chants, the words. So when you walk in there, you feel different because you're soaking up the consciousness of the space. So when people argue, say negative things, drink alcohol, criticize each other, all these things get into the molecules, the consciousness of the actual space. And so you can feel it when you walk in, right? I feel a good vibe or I feel a bad vibe in the space. We want to clear that, make it a temple of joy. So it has the potential to be a temple of joy. Ganesh blessing. Ganesh, all of this Ganesh, Lakshmi, those are elements that are inside of yourself that have been visualized in the Hindu tradition, but they're really elements that are in you. Ganesh is about removing obstacles, right? Every step of your life, you want to remove obstacles. And you want to have auspicious beginnings. So there's also always like these different traditions. When you're starting a project, you say a certain prayer. Even when you're walking into a home, your first steps into a home or a building, that's a beginning. So you want to think about it. Some people just only use their right foot to walk into a place because that sets the energy or the tone, right? Auspicious beginnings. Temple of joy, harmonize the energy, clear past bad news vibrations. You ever have anybody in your family or that one friend that says, I have to talk to you. I've got really, something really bad I need to tell you. So past bad news vibrations, if you anybody says like, I have to talk to you, you just like your whole body like clenches up, like I don't want to know. Clear geopathic stress, so that keeps coming up. Then blessings, clear the negative imprint. Here's a good one: protection from your neighbor's energy. So you might maybe want to put that one up in there too. And then there's another one, clear negative energies, purify the water source, clear negative imprint in the home. So I always like working with the number 3, right? You guys know about Nikola Tesla, right? He wrote the secrets of the universe are in 3, 6, and 9. And he didn't do anything if it was not in a combination of 3, 6, or 9. So he'd walk around the hotel room that he was staying in. He had to walk around 3 times before he'd enter the building. So he was always thinking in 3s, 6s, and 9s because it was that powerful in setting the energy that he was interested in partaking of. Okay, so now we're going to go back here and we're going to go to clear and direct positive energy, clear any negative entities, create light that extends beyond my space and blesses my neighbor. Let's put this one up here and we'll build up to 6 items in there. Okay, all the rooms are filled with light. Okay, clear stagnant energy. We'll put that one down there. That's 579, but I would still include it. Blessings and protection surround my space. Bring harmony to all my relationships. Bring in angelic energy. Create a vibration of pleasure and rest. Love and light fill the rooms. Okay, those are all great. So we're getting the space all nice and juicy. We're amping up that energy now, okay? How great is it going to feel in your space when you run all of this energy? And also, Liz, if you have a quantum capsule activated for yourself, let me know. We can send this energy to you in the quantum capsule. Okay, I want to manifest my perfect space. If you want to manifest a space, you would use this one. Things like pleasant views, loving environments. So if you're looking for a house, why not pre-pave all the energy of what you're going to find? Not just like a random, like, I hope I find a house. I hope I get the house. Well, how about you set the energy? Because that's what you're doing actually all the time, either actively or by default, is you're constantly creating your reality. Will you create it intentionally or will you create it by default? Well, if you want to create it intentionally, just write like writing a story. Well, I want pleasant views. I want a loving environment. I want good chi flow. I want to clear it of detrimental energies. I want to have a quiet setting. I want to have harmonious neighbor relationships. I want an easy journey to work. If I have to commute, I want it to be free of toxins. I want a healing garden. I want a spa or a sauna in the space. You could get real specific. You guys know that you create your own reality, but now let's be super intentional about what we want to create, right? That's the next logical step. Okay, so can you clarify the entangled insights or when to add the item? Okay, we'll get to that in just a moment. Good questions. How would you clear the energy of just one room of your house? Now, Carolee, why would you just want to clear one room? Let's see, maybe she says, why are we only discriminating only one room? And how would you clear the energy of a motorhome if it is always in a different place? Well, that's obvious because you could just put the name of the actual vehicle in there. So just put the name of the vehicle in there and then also whatever the motorhome model is and so forth, and also the time that you purchased it. But I'm not sure why you'd only want to do one room, but if you only want to do one room, then just in your description put the kitchen of my motorhome model so and so and so, and that's all that you do. It's super, super easy. Okay, so let's just do the rest of this. We're going to get to more of your questions in just a moment. So geopathic stress. Wow, looks like there's a lot of geopathic stress. We've got ley lines. We've got fog geopathic stress. We've got black lines, energy drain. Now, if you get the home clearing panels, these are all defined. If you got the home clearing panels, you can go to geniusbiofeedback.com. There's 35% off. Use MEM like Memorial Day 35 for 35% off any library on the entire site. MEM 35% off. We're going to extend it really all the way out to Wednesday, so get it while you can, then it'll be over, it'll be back to regular price. Get these home clearing panels, and when you get them, there's a full download that explains these geopathic stress items, so it can be very, very helpful for you. Black line, geopathic stress, energy drain and switch, so these are all defined on that handout. And Curry lines, Hartman stress. So all these things, this could come from the way the home, like the land that it was built on, electrical lines, something is creating stress on the land itself. So we want to be able to clear that. You might have to clear this a few times, to really get it where you and the home is in more harmony with the land. Okay, one of the rooms of our house has different energy and needs more help, but Carolee, it's so easy to just do the whole house. You might as well do the whole house because all the other rooms are affected in some way too, but that's fine. That's how you can do the single room. And that's a good question. I appreciate all of your questions. Okay. So is it enough to clear the home only after listing it to help it sell? Is it enough to clear the home only once after listing it to help it sell? Well, if you're trying to sell the house, do it every day. Do it every day, because every time you run energy and you run it again and run it again, you reinforce it and you make that frequency even stronger and higher. So if you're selling it, you probably want to run that every single day to kind of build the momentum. All right, now we have this one. I'm not sure it's on the website. We'll add it to the website. This is a fun sort of singular one, a home upgrade, clear it to create prosperity and pleasure. So if it's not on the website, we'll add it. Archangel Michael, the home is blessed and protected. Chemical exposures are cleared. Bring grounding energy to all the rooms of the home. Then we have a grounding frequency, which is a Rife frequency. 888 hertz brings prosperity to all who live and enter the home. Then we have some down here, protection to the home, energetic smudge to cleanse all of the rooms, bedroom energy optimized for deep sleep. The home is divinely connected. The home becomes aligned with higher dimensions and attracts positivity and prosperity. Termites lose their interest and move elsewhere. That's a little trick that you can do for all types of insects and pests, is that you just say they just lose their interest, they go somewhere else. That was used like in the Perlandra gardens. Heart chakra of home balance, 256 hertz. Fibonacci perfection energy alignment to the home. So this is a different one from the regular home clear. This is a home upgrade panel, but we'll make sure we get it on the website. All right, so let's see. Sounds like these would work. Oh, okay, we already read that one. Okay. Let's see if anything else we've got here. Can you clarify the Entangled Insights? We'll get to that one. Let's go ahead and look at this. So now I've got 109 items in the tray. Let's see which ones come up at the very, very top for this particular home. Toroids. All right, so focusing, getting your energy, the heart energy really focused, maybe even doing just a heart-centered meditation or focusing on the frequency or the energy of toroids. That's the number one way to transform the energy in this home, is to keep that heart center and focus on that heart-centered energy. Kidney 10 from the kidney meridian, governing meridian, Hartmann lines, gallbladder 9, kidney meridian, a lot of Chinese medicine. Elm. Elm is feeling weighed down by duty and responsibility. Scleranthus, that's being of two minds, trying to decide. Perfect right angles. Negative energy, the pericardium meridian. A lot of Chinese meridian energy wants to come in. That's really interesting. Larch is gaining confidence. Not always clear how this relates to the actual house itself. Let's see if there's anything else here. 888 hertz brings prosperity to all who live and enter the home. It's a beautiful blessing. You get more blessed the more blessings that you send out. So if you set up your genius and you're going to bless your entire neighborhood with abundance and prosperity, you get exponential benefit. It's like it raises that vibration. The more that you send it out, the more that you pray, like, may no one have suffering, may no one even see suffering in a dream, that type of thing. That's going to elevate your vibration. You get multiple and exponential blessings from doing that. Needs a feng shui adjustment. You may want to look at some of the principles. Some of the adjustments in feng shui are super easy. You just get maybe different types of objects that you can get, or you just change, put plants somewhere, or you put a water element in one part of the house. It can really change the energy. So just basic feng shui information could be really really change the energy. Home is blessed and protected. Love and light fill the rooms. The golden ratio. Archangel Michael becomes a magnet for prosperity. Clear negative entities, return to the light. That's another way to work with negative entities, is you can just ask Archangel Michael if there's any negative entities, please return them to the light, send them up to the light for their highest and best good for transformation, and, send them on their way. Right? Because if there's any energies like that, they want to move on and be on their merry way. So then we take this, we bounce the high items for a minute, we begin to clear and transform the energy in that place. Okay, you could run this for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You could do it on a daily basis. You could also turn the power down to zero, the timer down to zero. So let's look at that for a moment. If we turn that timer down to zero, it'll just run on loop. So maybe we need to do that for an hour overnight. Plug in the power, turn it down to zero, just run it overnight for the whole space. Maybe it's that much of a clearing. Another place that you can do this is actually, wow, that really transformed quickly. Let's do a quick rescan on this. See if anything interesting else comes up. Maybe before you're going to buy the place, right? Maybe you put an offer in on the place. You want the offer to be accepted. So that's another place you could start plugging in the address and the energy to get it accepted. And even when it gets accepted, you want the energy to be ready to meet you, to be one with the energy, to be harmonized with the energy, right? You want to even start transforming the energy before you move in. All right. Okay. Actually, so Nicole had a question. None of the current packages has the home clearing in it. So it would be like a separate item. David said, can you explain the wave power intensity settings in a little bit more detail? I wish I understood them myself, but we'll look at them. I think you might mean like the frequency, shape, and form. Unfortunately, we just don't really have a solid explanation from the developer, but I will try to explain it. David, can you be a little bit more specific about which one you want help with, or what the context is, what you want to achieve with those power and wave intensity settings? That will be really, really helpful. And then there was one on Entangled Insights, which was like when to use Entangled Insights. Let's see if I can just find that one from Liz. Let's see if we can just find this. Okay, the listing sounds like wave intensity clearing your home. Okay, can you clarify the Entangled Insights and when to add them to a session, since it is a huge amount of items? Okay, you don't add all of them, but we'll look at that in just a moment. Try to put that in my brain. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to the actual aura that we were looking at, and let's look at the aura and see if the aura has changed. So this is the energy. Many people will experience that they feel the energy change in their space after doing a home clearing. So try this. Remember, you don't need the home clearing panels. You can just follow this process. If you want to add the home clearing, maybe add them this week because you get the 35% off, but you could still do it with just your genius on its own. Wow, what a spectacular change. And I love this strong, it's really interesting that red comes through, because that's all about grounding. You want to be grounded in your space. And first chakra energy is all about your location and feeling stability, right? It's like place, being solid and feeling comfortable in your space. So let's look at the before. Here's the before and here's the after. Wow, what an awesome transformation in just a couple of minutes. That looks amazing. So you would almost feel you're going to have more harmony, more happiness, more joy in the space. So that looks absolutely fantastic. So let's bring Liz back on and talk with her a little bit about how she feels about the work that we did, this transformation, and see if she has anything she wants to add. Okay, so Liz, what are your thoughts?
Oh, that was awesome. What are included? It's like mirrored my thoughts of what I wanted to accomplish and then some.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's so great. I love it. It's such a fun process, isn't it?
Oh gosh, I was back. Glad I'm not on camera.
Yeah, you realize that you're such an active part of co-creating your reality when you're working with the genius. You become so much more empowered, and you're never just sort of like being the victim. You're more like, what can I do about this? What can I change about this? What frequencies can I add to transform this? And that's a whole really powerful consciousness shift for humanity.
Yes, and it's, just got the a couple of months ago. It's been going gangbusters. So I said, boy, you must have been doing a lot of frequencies in your house. That I do all day is I'm running them, and it's just been amazing. It's been
It
an
does. It makes such a powerful difference, and people start to notice, your place has more light. It has a higher vibration, and that attracts all types of good things. And then anything with a lower vibration doesn't want to come around calling anymore.
even the neighbors.
They'll be
Uh,
more in harmony with you. They'll feel more like they want to, the ones that have a higher vibration, or the ones that are not in alignment with that vibration will just leave you alone, but you're still sending them a wonderful blessing.
and I knew instinctively, I knew there was some actions with power that were right by the airport, whatever they do over there, and geopathic stress line clearing. I bet you it's going to be magic.
Yes, I think it is. I think you're going to feel really different in the space. So please follow up with us, and you send me an email. Let me know how you feel in the space, and we'll get you those frequencies to your quanta capsule as well.
And then the adding prosperity signal to enters the home. Is that in the home upgrade?
That's let me see, email me about that so I can answer that question more specifically, because we do have the separate sort of singular panel that I need to get on the website. But shoot me a message. And for being on the webinar today, we're actually going to gift that one to you.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so we'll get that one over to you, and you'll be able to utilize that one as well. Liz, thank you. And thank you so much for being part of our Genius community. I really, really appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I'm having a blast and can't wait to do some more.
I love it. Thank you.
7 packages this weekend.
Well, you're going to have fun. It's really fun to get libraries and then start playing with them, and you realize how much there actually is. There's a lot of really cool things as you get deep into the details of starting to test with them and play with them. You're going to be able to do a lot.
Yes. Awesome. So grateful. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to let Liz go and enjoy. And the person who volunteered gets the free library, so they get the home upgrade. So next time when we say a volunteer, definitely volunteer. All right, so you can be part of that too. We want to thank the person for making the effort to be on camera and, contribute and give us their, concepts and, their home and things like that. That's why we do that. So let's go back here. We just want to look at the power, that intensity that was mentioned from David. So we have this frequency, shape, and form. And then we have wave power intensity. Good for clients resistant to change, increase the power output of the signals. However, signals may become distorted, used with care. So I don't know, this used to be X10, X25, X50. I have no earthly idea why it's 10%. 10% is like a weird addition. I think it makes more sense for it to be 10x, 25x, 50x. But all that being said, it's really confusing, because when you go to homeopathy, you think of vibration, you don't really need to take the power and like increase the power. And especially with remote sessions, I don't even think it applies. It doesn't make any sense that it would apply with a remote session. So here's what I've used the wave and power intensity. Somebody is injured, somebody is in emotional distress, and somebody needs to get through something fast. If I have them in person, they'll try the X10 or X25 or X50, but less is more. So I don't really consider the wave or power intensity to be one of the most sort of compelling parts of the program. But if you do have somebody in urgent need, you could absolutely try. He's saying here it could be distorted from cranking it up to the biggest X in power. But I've definitely used it. I've definitely used it when somebody's been injured or in their hospital, or you need to get the frequencies to them. I don't think it can really hurt. Okay. There are questions for you on YouTube. Oh gosh. All right. Let me see. Let me see if I've got those on YouTube. And then there were some other questions. We'll just briefly see. We're getting to the top of the hour. If we can do Entangled Insights. See if we've got. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So let's see. What is the coupon code for the terahertz? 100 Tera, 100 TERA. How do we join these sessions? Genius owners only. No, anybody can attend. Okay, they came from wonderful clan mother. I appreciate it. Lost me on the zero while running the tones. I added gemstones library to do a home clearing. Nanette, that's so cool. I'm glad you did that. Yeah, gemstones would be a powerful way to add energy to your space. That's a really good idea. And you can see which we have a gemstones library at geniusbiofeedback.com. You can check it out there. We are interested in getting the triple play terahertz. Been watching every opportunity we get to catch the coupon code. All right, if you're still watching, it's 100 TERA. So that's just good for Memorial Day weekend. And it's $100 off any of the items or the package. So definitely, if you need to get in touch with me, get in touch with me at Ariel at geniusbiofeedback.com. I just wanted to briefly look at Entangled Insights while we have just a couple of minutes. That was another sort of a popular question about the Entangled Insights. I usually just go to today's stress. We look at today's stress. We bring in the immune system. If we take the immune system and we tap on it, we go to Entangled Insights. It sort of swirls around a little bit. It brings up Entangled Insights. You know what to run on Entangled Insights? I don't recommend that you run every item from the Genius. I would recommend that you go into groups because I think it's too many items to run at one time and it gets confusing. However, for this demonstration, we'll go ahead and we'll load all the insights. So what we're asking is, what is going on in the immune system that could be revealed at a deeper level? So we go load all insights, and then we have to load them again. You have to load them again, very efficient. All will load the entire test matrix, and then we check, and so it goes up and down. And what it's doing is it's actually comparing against every single frequency, which there must be like 1,000 frequencies in Entangled Insights. And it's saying all of these have 100% match to the immune system. So the interpretation is that like palmarosa, that this would be a good essential oil to boost the immune system. And then it gives you these things. Now, does the person have yellow fever? Actually, this was run on the home. Does the person have yellow fever? Even if this was for a person, probably not, but there's something in that energy that is matching for this person at that time. That's all that it's telling you. So what you could do, and there probably should be a button for this, is you want to gather up into your tray all the items that come up at least 100% or maybe 99%. Again, it's not going to really apply because this is on a home, but just take this as an example. So if we go to the immune system and then we let it load again, it would make more sense to use some of the groups. So if you load all insights tab here, it gives you all the groups. So let's just look at what the groups are. All the Bach flower essences, so that's great. So you could find the best Bach flower to take for that particular issue. Bacteria all, cancer all, emotional, so if you wanted to find an emotion that was related to this particular issue. Fungus all, headaches all, homeopathic remedies. Maybe you want to find the perfect homeopathic remedy. So you should say all, but homeopathic. So maybe you want to, for that particular issue, an immune system, a thyroid issue, a kidney issue. You want to find what is the best, and you could read, about lachesis, or you could read about aloe, or you could read about sabal. But also you could just include them, right? It's giving you some hints about the very best remedies to include in your balancing. And I would say anything in the 90s is kind of, you could really utilize all of these. Let's see if any of them come up at the top, if we include like all of these. And again, it's a little bit abstract because this is like a homeopathic. Would you take a home to the house, take a homeopathic? No, but you could still run the energy of it. Okay. Is it overwhelming to run multiple libraries on a client during a session? No, it is not. But that is why we always select the high items. So we let, these items that are high do most of the work. We choose just a few items to do the lion's share of the work. So I always like to use a lot of libraries in my initial scan, right, in the main whole tray, and then I use the progressive insights to show me what the highest priority is of all of those items. And so it's saying, some, some toxic things here, bringing grounding energy, bringing angelic energy. So it really didn't bring up any of those homeopathics that I could tell, which kind of makes sense for a house, but we could run those energies. All right. Okay. So once again, anybody who came in late, we do have some coupon codes for Memorial Day. We're going to be sending out another email also to everybody on our list. Remember that you can get 35% off all libraries, so you do need a coupon code for that. It's actually right on the website, which is MEM35. So we've got that one. And then you can use 100 Tera for $100 off any wand, any box, any package that we have. It's a pretty good deal. It's a lot. And then we also have MEM 20 when you get a remedy plate. A lot of people want to get a remedy plate. So if you go to the website, geniusbiofeedback.com, you get 20% off a remedy plate. Also, that triple play has been really popular, where you have 3 layers of sacred geometry to kind of boost and amplify the frequency of whatever you're imprinting. That's pretty cool. So you may want to check that out. Okay, well, we're here every Monday at 10 o'clock Pacific, which is 1 o'clock Eastern time. It's my pleasure to be with you. If you have any questions that didn't get answered, please send me a message, Ariel at geniusbiofeedback.com, and Liz will go ahead and export these. Actually, let's go ahead and do it right now so we can just show what it looks like. So what I'll do is I'll actually do every single frequency here, and I'm going to export it to the capsule. So this is, if anybody wants to know how do you do an export, this is how you do an export to the quantum capsule. So I'm going to show it again in just a moment. So she sent me her email. So all I need to do is I'm tapping on export to capsule, and it brings up this particular little dialog box, right? And so then I type in her email. Now she does not need to be in my list of clients. So it could be anybody who has a registered capsule. All right. There you go. So we're going to add. And then we tap OK. There we go. We tap OK. And then it sends all the frequencies to that person. Email sent to the person that we had. So now I just want to show a couple other things. Let me see. I think if I need to go back to, let me try going back to this little advanced thing at the end here for everybody who stayed to the end. Let me go to my Quantum dashboard. Let me show you something. So I'm going to go to Quantum membership. I don't know why it has to show this every time. Wouldn't that be nice if like it didn't show it again every time? So maybe that could be changed at some point. But anyway, I just want to go to my members, and then I have to answer this as well. That'd be nice if we removed. Okay, so she has been added here. She was added previously. So what we really want to do is want to go to her playlist. Playlist here, playlist. And let's see if the one I just sent to her is on the playlist. All right, so here's the one that I just sent, and we're going to redeem it. And so we're going to, we're not going to redeem it, we're going to name it. What I want to do is I want to bring this up so I can name it. So right now it just says playlist 1. So I want to name it Home Clearing. Okay, I can even say May 29, and then all frequencies. So this one is all of them. So she can play all of them if she wants to. So see, now it's named. That's really cool. When she redeems it, we're going to see that it's been redeemed. So you know the person has been able to export it. Now I'm going to actually go back to the Genius, and I want to go back here. And now I'm going to select only the high items. So I'm going to do all the high items. I'm going to export it. And I see now she's in my list. So this crashed over here. Okay, there you go. So now what all I need to do is add my members, and I can find her in my member list right here. And go back here and it will add it. So now it's added. That was very easy. Now we're going to export it. So I'm going to hit OK. And I want to show you one more thing here. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go back to my Quanta dashboard, and it should show me, go back to my members, I go to the playlist, and it should show me that that playlist once again has been sent, and we just want to name it. So playlist 1, it's gone back to default as playlist 1. So Home Clearing, May 29, high frequencies. Okay, so that's now she can, now when she redeems it, she can see, oh, I want to run only the high frequencies today. I want to run all the frequencies. So that's just a little bit of a nuance that you can use with the Quanta capsule. All right, so this has been our May 29th Memorial Day class. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you again next week. Have a lovely Memorial Day holiday, everybody. Thanks so much for everything you do to uplift and help other people. See you soon. Bye-bye for now.